BYND chart is looking good. This is the best it has looked in a long time. Why is it going up? We're going to look at the news. We're going to look at the chart. But is it because it's Thanksgiving? Is everybody here buying Beyond Meat for Thanksgiving? That's why? I don't know. But we're going to look at the chart and we're going to look at the news right now. First, we're going to look at the short interest. Right now, it's about at 21%, 1.33 days to cover. Short interest, 93 million. Off exchange short volume, 18 million. Now let's go to some news. I'll go over the news really fast. BYND stock is up 12%. Here's what we see in our data. Let's check this out. Chelsea Grayson has made 0 purchases and 7 sales, selling 4,000 shares of an estimated $11,000. That's not really much of anything. BYND hedge fund activity. 82 institutional investors add shares of BYND stock to their portfolio and 97 decreased their position in the most recent quarter. So we have more institutions selling than buying based on this data right here. Here are some of the largest recent moves. Morgan Stanley added 1.7 million to their portfolio in Q3 2025. Okay, sounds pretty good for an estimated $3 million. That's a big name. Vontobel Holdings added 804,000 shares to their portfolio in Q3 2025 for an estimated 1.5 million. So those are the biggest ones I'm going to name. Now we're going to go on to the next news. And the reason why I mentioned Thanksgiving Beyond Meat, because there's some rumors out there saying that it's a sentiment thing. People are buying Beyond Meat shares because the day before Thanksgiving. I don't know if that's true or not, but we are seeing an increase in price and we're above $1. So, hey, that looks good to me. The main thing though, can we stay above $1? That's going to be the mission. Stay above $1 and keep going up. Can we do that? We're going to look at the chart in just a second. Now here's some more news that we can possibly figure out why Beyond Meat is going up today. Beyond Meat stock jumps 20% as company hit with 39 million trademark verdict over Dunkin' commercial slogan featuring Snoop Dogg. Well, that's not going to help. That's not going to help at all because this is a defeat. This is actually still negative news on the stock. Beyond Meat was ordered $38 million to Food Marks for trademark infringement. The jury awarded $23 million in actual damages and $15 million in disgorged profits, more than half of Beyond Meat's Q3 revenue. Wow. Well, that's not great. The company plans to appeal the verdict while dealing with 14% sales decline in 20. All right, so look, this is all bad news. We're going to go to the chart and see what we can make out of this. Like always, if you see my previous videos, always start with the weekly chart because the weekly chart tells you everything that's going to happen later on. It gives you a big picture of what could happen next, weeks from now. And that's what I like to look at. I'm a day trader, but I want to know what trend are we on right now. And based on this, we have 4 weeks down, right? 4 weeks down, and we're down a lot because we're at $7.69 and now we're at $1.02. But we had 4 weeks of selling on a weekly. So 4 weeks red. Now we have a green candle. This looks decent, could be promising because when you have a green candle right after a long downtrend, which we have right now, 4 weeks red, it could be a possibility of an uptrend or a reversal. But we gotta look for confirmation. We can't just jump to conclusions just yet. But as you can see on the daily chart, this green candle was actually the best green candle we have seen since November 7th. And what happened November 7th? It had a nice day. It went from 113 to 142. The next day, 129 was the low, high was at 146. So in 2 days, it went from 113 to 146. Not a big move, but it's decent. And this is the next big move. We went from 86 cents to $1.03. And we're still kind of moving because the high is $1.05. And we're currently trading at 103, 104. Let's take a closer look at BYND. Now this looks bullish. 4-hour candles right here, 2 of them. So pretty much all day we're going up. Nice green candles right here. Very nice. Let's get a little closer so we can get more detail. So we had a nice run from 86 cents to $1.03, right? Then we had some selling, probably some profit taking. People probably didn't believe, is this actually going up? Well, if it's not, let me take some profit because BYND is known for going up, then going down and staying down. But in this case, today, didn't happen. We went up, came down, consolidated. These 2 hours were very important for BYND because we pretty much consolidated for 2 hours straight and we went back up again. A nice uptrend from 91 cents to $1.05. So I think we just touched the high of the day just now. So that's very important. 15-minute chart, very, very bullish. It pretty much traded on the moving average right here. And then we're on this moving average right here. And now we're at the top of the Bollinger Band. So things could get tricky right here. We could make a resistance right here at 105. But we don't know because we are still in a bullish trend right now. And the volume is still green. So what needs to happen for BYND to go higher? Well, first off, we need to sustain this momentum and hold some gains. It'd be nice if we can close above $1. If we close above $1, that's going to be in the headlines. It may change the sentiment for Beyond Meat and increase people to start investing in Beyond Meat again. But you know, the financials not too great. But if the stock price starts to look good again, we could have some retail traders coming in. I'm not sure if the institutions will come back in right now because a lot of institutional buyers usually look at the financials first before they jump in. But if the stock and the company looks promising, they could jump in early. But you know, as a retail trader, when the stock starts to move, volume start pumping, they're going to get in right away because they want that short squeeze. A short squeeze is possible for Beyond Meat, but we need a lot of buying, a lot of volume for that to happen because we can't just go off financials right now for Beyond Meat since they aren't that great at the moment. But we could change the sentiment for Beyond Meat if the stock price keeps increasing. And today could be a start, right? Up 18%, $1.02 right now. I would love to hold $1 to see more positive movement higher for Friday or next week. So let's look at the support and resistance for Beyond Meat because that's what's going to ultimately tell us where we go next and where the profit takers are going to come in at and when people are going to buy the dip. So first things first, we're going to look at the technicals. And on the technicals, the RSI looks kind of shaky, right? It's going up and down over and over again. So that means we have some resistance right here at the 105, 104 because the RSI is struggling. It's struggling at this point. The MACD also is kind of flatlining a little bit. It's been going up pretty good, but now it's starting to come down a little bit. So we could see some selling. But at any time, things could change. Real quick on the daily chart is that the MACD is in an area where it could move up some if we get more buying volume. And the RSI is also up in an area where we could move up some. So the MACD and the RSI is in good shape to move up. So the RSI and the MACD for Beyond Meat is decent. No problem at all there. I think the main thing that needs to happen is Beyond Meat needs to change the sentiment. So more buyers come in, more retail traders come in, and the price start moving back up. And of course, the financials need to look better for a consistent upward trend for Beyond Meat to go higher. So that's what we need to do. But let's do the resistance areas for Beyond Meat so you can know how to trade this thing. So first things first, support right here is at $1. Not surprising at all, right? But the moving averages are showing $1 support. Next support is going to be the 96 cents area. So we have some decent support between 96 and $1. That's going to be a good thing because if it does break the $1 support, we have a 96 support. And that's not too far down from where it's currently at now. But the 96 support breaks, we're talking about low 90 cents, like 90, 91. And then we have the 84 cents again. And that's not going to be good because that's where we started from, right? So that's all the support right there. 84, 91, 96, $1, and 104. Now let's check out where we could go next. So the first resistance for Beyond Meat is going to be the 106. Not surprising again because that's where we went to just recently and we got stuck. We got stuck at the 105, 106, and now we're at the 101. So that's not surprising that there's a resistance there. Next one is going to be at the 109 or 110. So for a breakout mode for Beyond Meat, we need to break that 110. If we break that 110, 115, and then the 125 area should be coming up next. Now, if we do have a short squeeze, not saying it's going to happen because Beyond Meat has been having a lot of trouble finding some upward momentum. But if we do, the first resistance is going to be at the 130, and the next one is going to be at the 150 area. So $1 area has a lot of resistance, and it's going to struggle in the $1 area. But if we can break through it, anything can happen, right? 109, 130, then 150. Those are going to be the main resistance we need to break. You can say 110, 130, 150. If if you want to keep it simple. So that's the breakdown for Beyond Meat. If you do me a favor, subscribe, like, and comment. If this video gets 100 likes, I'll do another video for Beyond Meat, and I'll make a part 2 to keep you updated. All right, everybody, have a nice holiday. Take care.